Good morning. I haven't been out to my garden for a while, so I decided I would let you all see what's going on. Those tall things right there, and you can see the yellow blossom on one of them and the yellow blossom on another. Those are my okra plants. I started these off from seeds. I received the okra pod from a friend of mine on YouTube, the Louisiana gardener who lives here in South Louisiana. He gave me the seeds, and I raised this okra from the seeds, and it came out very good. And with okra, it's so much growing you have to harvest it every day. For example, here's one right here, and there are going to be more I'm going to find also. I have to pull them down to harvest them because the plants have gotten so tall. It's amazing that these things started from seeds and are this big. And here's another one right here, gonna pull down and harvest the okra from it. And you can see that okra. Well, there's two of them so far, and usually I get about 4 to 6 of these a day from here. And I could pick them while they're smaller, but I prefer to let them get a little bit in size, but not too big, because if you let them get too big, then they're too hard. Excuse the camera, takes a while. And that's a third okra pod right there. Japanese eggplant are still growing, and since I'm in the area, I see one right here, and I guess I'm gonna let it grow a little bit longer. And there's another one right there, gonna let it grow a little bit longer also. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep on seeing if there's any more okra that I need to harvest. Wow. You look up there, there's a really big one right there, so I gotta pull it down. So this is gonna be kind of awkward, but bear with me. And you can see it. So that's 4 okra pods so far. And there's one right there. Gonna let it grow a little bit longer. One up there, let it grow a little bit longer. Another one, let it grow another day or so. And here's one right here. This fella's coming down right now. So that's about 5 okra pods so far today. And I got one more little corner over here. I'm gonna check for okra pods to see what's going on, see if there's anything over here. Oh yeah. There's one right over here. And that's about 6 okra pods. And I got a whole bunch of okra pods in the freezer. I mean, a whole bunch of okra already frozen. And I got about, I don't know, about 30 or 40 okra in the house that I still got to cut and do something with, and haven't done anything with, and I need to go ahead and freeze. So I guess I'll take care of that today. Also in the garden, there's a little blank section right here. Don't see anything in here yet, but I planted turnip greens, so hopefully they come up pretty soon. This is a Black Beauty eggplant, and it's been producing some. Well, actually it's 2 of them, and I'm still waiting for it to bring out some more eggplant. I think it has a second season left in it, so I'm going to give it some, be a little bit patient with it and see what's going on. Over here is cushaw. Now somewhere in here was one small cushaw, and I can't seem, there it is. So hopefully it'll grow to be a big cushaw, and I'm hoping for more, but I'm not real optimistic about it. And over here is some watermelon that I planted kind of late, and I'm not sure they're gonna do anything or not, but we shall see. In a couple of tomato plants, I'm not sure when I planted those. They still look green, so I'm gonna leave them there just in case. Here are some beans, at least what was supposed to be beans, but I don't see anything here right now. I just see a bunch of vines more so than anything else. So I think I'm going to pull this out along with the corn stalk that was in it that never produced any corn, and plant something else there. Perhaps a big old cabbage plant, see if I can get a big cabbage out of it. Over here, the little small spinach section. I planted this here recently. This is what is called Malabar spinach. Now, Malabar spinach is not actually spinach, but it looks like spinach, it tastes like spinach, and it grows prolifically. The good thing about it is not many insects eat it for the most part, so you get Malabar spinach, you don't have much to do in the way of insect protection, so you just pick off the leaves and eat them like spinach. What I typically do with mine is I take the spinach, I saute it, and I add some crumble fried bacon and some toasted pecans to it, and I like it that way. And here is another type of spinach right here. This is Okinawan Spinach, and I got this from the market in Baton Rouge. It's a real good spinach also, and I like it. This is my Lisbon lemon tree, which has been hanging on for 2 years. It won't die. So as long as it's putting out a leaf or two, I'll keep it. I haven't seen a lemon on it yet. At least not when I bought it. They had lemons on it, but I haven't seen anything on it since then. So, but the garden is kind of overgrown right now. I need to get out here with a weed eater and get rid of a whole bunch of stuff, but I haven't done so. This is a basil plant. I got 2 of these that are growing pretty good. That one is growing nicely. I had basil growing in a small pot at first, but it wasn't doing too good, so I said, let me put it in a bigger pot and see what happens. And I put in a bigger pot, and that's what happens to it. Now over here, amongst the okra, I got another basil plant growing in a large pot, and it's growing nicely also. So what I got to figure out next is what I'm going to do with all the basil. I think I'm going to take it and dry it and see if I can freeze it or whatever, use it for another day. Because I hate for it to go to waste. These are some tomato plants, and I planted these kind of late, so they are still living, so I'm going to wait and see whether or not they're going to actually do anything. I don't know. We shall see. And in this section right here, I don't know what those 2 plants are right there I planted, but I surrounded them though with, I pulled some other stuff and surrounded it with mustard greens. So there's the mustard greens that should start growing in here within the next week or so. So they just planted a couple of days ago. So it's gonna take them a while to come up. And over here is some cabbage plants that I planted about a week or so ago, and they're doing okay. I'm gonna have to find out what insect pests are eating the cabbage. I assume it's cabbage worms, I'm not sure, but I need to take care of those before they get totally destroyed, because I really would like to grow some cabbage this year, and I plan on succeeding in that. And over here, I know I had some more beans. They're kind of hard to see, but they're here. There's one bean right there. And there's a whole group of them right there. Florida butter beans or something. I forget exactly what they are. But I picked them when they're brown. I picked them when they're green, and I'm not sure exactly when to pick them. But this plant is. Let's see if you can see these, but this plant right here is full of them. That is the last of my gagutsa, and it's pretty much played out for the year. But I got a lot of gagutsa out of it. I had a lot of fun growing it, and my Italian friends were really pleased to get gagutsa gifts. Peppers, they are actually still blooming. Some of them are, so they're gonna stay up there. They're good. This right here is another one of my Malabar plants, and it's one I've had the longest, and it's starting to go to seed. So I understand you can take these seeds right here and use them to plant. So I'm going to pull them off, and I'll figure out how to save them so that I can plant them next year and not have to buy them. Not that the plants were expensive, matter of fact, they were quite inexpensive. I think I got them from either 50 cents or $1 a piece on the market downtown. Here is another okra plant in another part of the garden. And there's the okra for me, and I'm going to keep it. Here are my bird beak peppers. And these things grow good. I bought them from the market also. I got about 3 of those and they're growing good. In the middle here is right there. Then right there also is my Paul Robeson tomato plants. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but Paul Robeson was a famous African American from the early part of the 20th century. He was a Rhodes Scholar, professional athlete, and opera singer, and a lawyer. And the Paul Robeson tomato, I think, was developed in Russia because he had moved to Russia because he was disenchanted with American life at one time. And if I understand, these tomatoes, when they grow, are going to be either black or very, very dark. So I planted them earlier, so and they're starting to really grow now. They look healthy. I have a couple of more planted elsewhere in the garden, so hopefully they'll grow. My cucumbers have played out, and I've taken up most of them. I got one vine left, and I'm going to take it up because it's not really producing enough. So I'm going to go ahead. And matter of fact, it was down here with these cucumbers, but it's starting to die out. You can see it. So I'm going to pull it out and plant some greens in its place. Oh yeah. Peppers. And those, I'm not sure. I'm thinking those are maybe a banana pepper, but I'm not sure. But it's still growing. Now this plant didn't have anything on it right now, but that's produced about, I don't know, about 30 to 50 banana peppers for me so far this year. And here is a small jalapeno pepper on this plant. I moved these plants from one part of the garden to another part, and now it looks like once they're over here, they're starting to perhaps develop a little bit. Didn't really get much bang for the buck out of my tomato plants, but they are still growing. And here is some more Malabar spinach in a smaller stage of growth. And these are just starting to come up, but I feel pretty good. They're doing okay. And you see the watermelon plant from another level there. You can look and see there's one small flower there, which indicates there may be a watermelon coming. So if I'm lucky, I may get watermelons before the first frost. It's kind of late, but we shall see. And in this pot, there's a pepper plant right there that's been there forever that doesn't do anything. And then there's the cabbage, and you can see they are pretty eaten up. So I need to find out today, and I'm going to go to the nursery and find out what could be possibly eating them up, so I get something to take care of it. My wife's aloe vera plant, what you use aloe vera for, I don't know, but she wanted an aloe vera plant, so we got one, and it's actually growing. So we shall see. Eggplant, like I said, it's looking kind of bad right now, but I understand they'll usually come back. So I'm just going to keep on watering them and looking after them and hoping for a second season. Another Paul Robeson tomato plant. It looks kind of raggedy, but it's still living. It's leaning over, so I'm going to get a bigger stick to put in it and tie it up, and it should be okay. More peppers. And yep, here's one. This one has 1 pepper on it, 2 peppers, 3 jalapeno peppers on it, 4 jalapeno peppers on it. That's the first one. I've only got about 2 or 3 from that one right there so far. This one, I've got numerous jalapeno peppers from, and it's just not starting to blossom again. I'm going to probably add some type of fertilizer to both of these, see if I can get these jalapeno peppers to grow bigger, because although mine have been growing pretty good, they haven't been growing very large. And here is more jalapeno peppers, and these are starting to change color. So I'm going to pick those up. More of Okinawan spinach. I cut some of the Malabar spinach down, and I took the leaves off the twigs. then just stuck the leaves back in the dirt. I mean, stuck the twigs back in the dirt, nothing but stem. And as you can see, they've grown the leaves back again, and it's growing again. Here in this section is overgrown, but that is longevity spinach right there. So my sugar cane, I got to figure out what I need, if anything, to make it come back. I don't think they're brown the color it's supposed to be. And these are some tomato plants right here that I think I'm going to take out today, because I think they finally stopped producing. And these things have been producing tomatoes all summer. Matter of fact, there's one small cherry tomato right there. But usually, I had about 3 or 4 type of tomatoes planted here, and man, they did good. But I think it's time to take them out this section right here. And when I show you all this thing the next time, this thing will be planted full of green. So anyway, there's my garden. It's kind of messy right now, but still producing. And it's that time of the year where, you know, it's kind of, I'm not saying take care of itself, but once everything is started, everything is producing, there's not really a whole lot I need to do with it. So, but anyway, that's the garden. Y'all have a nice day.